might have had Party and Bullshit out at the time, or was about to drop it, and I was up and coming, and we all hopped on a record together, some underground shit, and then me and Big stayed friends, and we'd be in touch, and we'd call each other and hang out and drive around and play each other different songs. Like I'd be like, yo, check out this song, and be like, yo, check out this record. It was like a competitive thing, and we just became cool and friends. And then you know, when I was signed to Jive, I said, let's do something really, really horrible. You know, let's do something really disgusting and piss off my label, please. And you know, he was like, whatever you want, if you know, I knew if I was going to do a record with you, that it was going to be some wild shit. So I'm ready for you. So that's what we did, you know.
Nice one, man. Nice one. I also read somewhere else that you appeared on was it the WWE track as well? I don't know too much about wrestling, so could you explain how that came about as well?
Well, that's when I was on Priority Records, and they were doing all the soundtracks for the WWF. It was still called WWF in 2000, and they said, "Hey, do this record for Chris Jericho," and they offered me $10,000, but no royalties. And I said, "Come on, what do you mean no royalties or nothing?" They said, "Yo, come on, we got Method Man, we got Snoop Dogg, we got Ice-T, we got everybody. We can get any rapper we want, but we want you, you know, so you either take the money or you walk away." So I said, I'll take the money, you know, so, which is cool. I'm glad I was part of it. Me and Chris Jericho, you know, Y2K, Y2J, he was calling himself at the time. We did some promo together, and I went to some WrestleManias, and I had a nice time with some of them, and signed some autographs for the wrestling fans and the hip hop fans. So, you know, that was a good little time. So I'm glad I did it. Plus $10,000, hey, shit, they're right. They could have got any rapper. They could have threw anybody on there. I'm an underground artist, and as far as a mainstream appeal of a WWF, definitely. You know, they could have got somebody with a big mainstream audience for that, but they wanted me. So it is what it is, you know. That's
it. Cause I had to listen back to the track, and it was really, really good. So
well, it's funny because they said, "No, already, no cursing, no talking about bitches, no talking about wrestling moves." No
talking about wrestling moves.
Yeah, like it was like all these weird rules. So that's why when you listen to it, I'm like, I'll throw you on the floor, duct tape you, chain you, hey, like I was like, what the fuck I'm supposed to say? It's a wrestling theme song. It's supposed to keep people hype. So, you know, it was a lot of tying you up and throwing you on the floor. So, because if you listen to the rhyme.
Could you not mention you would hit him with a chair or something like that, or not? Is that a wrestling move? No.
What?
You could have said hit him with a chair or something like that, man.
Maybe I did. I forgot what I said on it. But the beat was like 78 BPMs too at the time, when everybody else had up tempo joints like 90 BPMs, shit like that. The Method Man wanted to redo his thing and get it produced by Rockweiler, so they had to pay $20,000 for the Rockweiler beat or something, or I don't remember what it was. They spent a lot of money on that record. You know?
I was going to ask you about as well. As you know, I'm from the UK. But do you know how many times you've been to the UK? How many times you've done shows over here?
You know what? I've been out there quite a few times, but never in Scotland.
I know,
And it's not that I don't want to go there. I want to go there. Just no promoters ever hit me up from Scotland and reached out to give me shows. And I do the UK probably once or twice a year for the last 5 years. You know, so I was probably there 2 times already this year. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know why Scotland doesn't get at me. Ireland got at me a couple years ago to do the show, and then 10 days before the show, the flights wasn't booked and this and that, and they didn't book me no flights, and then they canceled the show, and there was some shady shit went down. You know, that's why I always try to get a deposit 30 days before the show, but Ireland did some shady shit on me. And they were advertising, but I guess the ticket counts were low, or you know, because a lot of our shit do the sales at the door. But I don't know what happened, but the Ireland show never went down, even though fuck that has nothing to do with Scotland. I'm just saying, you know, it is what it is. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully after the interview we do get some promoters involved, and we will get you in Scotland hopefully soon, man. There's a few people been asking why you've not been in Glasgow, and I did think obviously that promoters have not been in touch, and that was kind of the answer I expected anyway.
Yeah, if you know any promoters or any promoters listening, put them in touch with me, and I'll definitely love to come to the fatherland. You know what I mean? And I heard there's a town out there called Thorburn. You probably haven't heard of it, but it's a small town. I think my father used to tell me that they got a town named it out there. You know, do
you know if, as you said earlier on, just before we sort of recorded the interview, you said Thorburn is actually a Scottish name. Do you know if you have any Scottish relatives or anything like that over here?
Oh yeah. My grandfather is straight off the boat from Scotland.
Ah, nice.
My grandfather's Scottish, John Wilson Thorburn, and in fact, my grandmother was Sicilian, and she got thrown out of her little Guinea-ass Italian family for marrying a Scottish guy, and that's how my daddy was born.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So we could at least call you Scottish hip hop now, could we? Maybe not.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Thorburn. Yeah, I'm a Thorburn. Boy, I come from your land. That's where I got my writing skills from. Is actually my Scottish Scottish grandfather, John Wilson Thorburn, was a writer. He was, even in the war, in World War II, he had a gun, but he had a typewriter. He used to write for the Stars and Stripes. And then after the war, he wrote books and he wrote sports for all this. He used to get I guess 10 cents a word, which was a lot back in the 50s. To write for all the famous sports magazines and all of that shit. So, the only reason we have writing in our blood is because of him.
Nice one, man. Nice one. Now, back to the sort of UK touring and stuff. You done a track with Stig of the Dump from. Yeah. How did that come about? Did you meet him? Well, I think you were doing a show, part of the Beer and Rap tour, I think.
Yeah, those boys, he was signed to Beer and Rap, and they introduced me to him. And ever since me and Stig, know each other, and they hooked it up. I think when we did the record together, we didn't know each other so well yet. And since then, we've done, I think we did a show together in Germany. We did quite a few shows in UK. Yeah. So Stig is a friend. But I think the record was made before we knew each other. I mean, he was in the studio when I did it. But we didn't really know each other yet,
Yeah. Well, that track's called Brain Dead. It's on Stig's new album right now. That's out right now, so people check it out. Now, I was going to ask as well, how do artists get in touch with you about appearing on your projects, or even on their projects? Sorry. I know there's a few artists, as I said earlier on, that want to get in touch with you about that. Is there any chance you could give some details on how people get in touch with you?
Yeah, they can hit me up on the Twitter or the Facebook or email ratheruggedman516@yahoo.com. And that's the thing is this new era. People have access to the artists. Sometimes we don't answer them back because we get a little flooded, and things get a little hectic. But sometimes if they throw a nice little offer or something, it sticks in our brain and go, oh shit, hit back this kid.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Now, if we go back to your music again, you released Die Rugged Man Die quite a few years ago. Now it was released quite a while back as well, and you left releasing another one for quite a few years. Was there any specific reason for that significant gap?
Well, what happens is, I produced a movie, and then I put out the Legendary Classics, which is, like 6 or 8 new songs and lost songs, and then, 8 or 9 classics or something like that. And the new album I've been working on for a minute. My father passed away this year. We were supposed to drop the album this year, but I was dealing with that. But I'm back in the studio, and I'm about 13 songs into the new album. So 2011 will definitely have a brand new Rugged Man album without question, and it's going to be beautiful. And also what it is too is we don't have access to. I don't have access to beats in the studio and engineers to mix and make my shit sound right at every second. Everything I do is a hustle and a work and a job, and plus you're touring, doing 150 shows a year. So there's a couple difficulties. I'm trying to keep my family together and keep things a little strong on the home front, and also work your ass off to put out an album. Then your label ain't really doing their job 100%, so you get a little frustrated by that. Like, yo, what's the point of putting out a record with a label when you could do your features, your music getting heard, you could tour the world, make your money, and put out songs every few months, so there's a whole bunch of little fucking things that go off in your head. But this new album is banging. I love it to death. and I love all the songs I've been working on. So it's definitely gonna be my best work.
Yeah, definitely. Is this the album? Is this going to be released in 2011 or something? I was hearing.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, and is it going to be called Legendary Classics 2, or just because Legendary Classics 1? Or
Legendary Classics is a mix. It's a mix of shit, So this is gonna be all brand new songs.
Nice one.
It's not one old. It's gonna be every song's gonna be brand new. Legendary Classics had a few new songs, 5 or 6 new songs, but and like I said, 3 or 4 lost classics, and then 7 or 8 regular songs that have been around. Maybe more. I don't really know. I don't have it in my fucking hand. But there will be Legendary Classic 2, but that's not going to come out until my full brand new studio album drops.
Nice one. I want to talk to you a wee bit about Bad Biology, the film you done a while ago. That is the craziest film I have ever seen, man. That's some twisted shit, man. Where did that idea spring into your mind about making that film?
Right. Well, the thing is, there's a cult director called Frank Henenlotter,
yeah.
And he directed Basket Case and Frankenhooker and Brain Damage and all these films. And I was kind of taking him out of retirement. I put I put it in his hands to do what he wanted to do. I wanted to be, I was the producer and the co-writer. But I wanted to give him full freedom to do his art the way he wanted to do it. So he made that crazy ass movie the way he made it. So, that is what it is.
Yeah, definitely, man. It was a good film. Apart from just the mad craziness of it altogether, man. It was just crazy, man. But
for the amount of money we spent on it, it came out real good, and we ended up selling it to 7 countries.
Good,
so,
man.
We did good on it,
Definitely. I've had a few folk asking as well if you have any other movies due to be released, or are you working on anything at the moment?
Yeah, I'm working on a documentary called God Take, God Give, and it's a documentary about my father and his family, about getting a war and Agent Orange and his handicapped children and his crazy rapper son and his crazy daughter, and it's a great little thing I'm working on. It's just taking some time because, like I said, I got so much motherfucking shit that I'm trying to get done. So it is what it is,
That's good, man. Okay, I have one last question before you go. Seeing as this podcast kind of tries to represent hip-hop from Scotland, have you heard any Scottish hip-hop artists by any chance?
It's funny. I don't want to, sound like a dick, but I just haven't. Nobody ever sent me none over, and I never heard any Scottish hip hop ever in my life. Can you hear the accents when you rap?
Yeah, definitely. If you want, I do mixtapes and stuff involving Scottish hip hop and stuff. I'll try and send a bunch over to you. And I know there's a few artists that will send stuff over to you after you've said that. Just if you want to hear some stuff, I could send you stuff over. Definitely.
Yeah, or you can send me links if they're up on the YouTubes or whatever. I could look, just email me some links.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely check it out. I love listening to worldwide hip hop because sometimes the beats are, just they got some different kind of flavor from different areas. So maybe you find a beat maker that, this and that, So the whole world is doing hip hop now. It's beautiful. That's why when they say it's dead, I laugh at that. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's so dead that you got all these motherfuckers in Scotland spitting. It's so dead. Why is Scotland doing hip hop? If it's so dead, why is Czech Republic doing hip hop and Brazil and Dominican Republic? The whole planet is doing it. But you got these faggots on the radio claiming hip hop's dead. So it is what it is.
That's it. Okay, well, thanks very much, Rugged Man, for letting me do the interview, man. That's much appreciated, man.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Have a good one. I'll talk to you. And sorry for the delay. I know you hit me up a while ago, but then sometimes, like I say, the message get lost, and then oh shit, I gotta reply to this dude, and so it took me.
That's totally fine.
We got it done. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to you soon.
No problem, man. Thanks very much, man.